Hey besties, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara Savage. So now in my previous videos, I've shown you guys how to make this pencil skirt pattern and you know how to sew it without lining. You guys will remember I showed you guys this skirt without lining, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to join it with a lining. So in this video you're going to learn everything you need to know about sewing a skirt with a lining basically. So guys, in this video I'm also going to show you guys how to turn this pencil skirt into an infinity dress. So I'm going to show you guys how to attach these infinity strips to it to make it, you know, versatile basically. So you can easily remove this because it's press buttons I used. You can easily remove these strips and have it as just a skirt that you're wearing, and then you can also add the strips to like make it a dress, and you know you don't need to bother of what you wear on top of this skirt or whatever. It's going to be easy for you to just create your different styles. So let's just get into it. Now guys, for this you would notice that the back piece is actually wider than the front piece. That's because we added a zipper allowance, and the top side as well is cut as a straight fabric, so you're not putting any curve basically. You know the front has this dip at the center front, so you're going to cut it straight on the back piece and then add your 1 inch zipper allowance. So guys, for the front you're cutting exactly what we have on our pattern, but for the back it's straight up and it's two pieces. The front is on a fold. Now guys, I have cut it out with my lining, and I'm going to cut out 1 inch from this lining piece so that I can be able to have it on the inside when I'm done sewing. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut out 1 inch from there so my lining piece is shorter than my main fabric. So now if you want your lining to still go up on the inside more, you're going to make sure your front piece is actually longer so that it won't get too short basically when you're done sewing. So I've cut it out right here on the front piece and on the back piece, and can you guys see it's shorter basically. Now you're now going to place it right sides facing, so your lining piece and your main fabric, place it right sides facing at the hem. So at the bottom side, place it right sides facing and sew it using 1/2 inch. So can you guys see I've pinned it down right here, so it's using 1/2 inch. And then once you're done sewing that part, you're now going to align it from the top. So the waistline, you're going to align it correctly. So can you guys see what I've done? So once it's aligned, you're going to notice that the hem of the main fabric is overlapping, like it's coming up basically. So with that, your lining is not going to be poking out once you're done sewing. So after aligning it, you're going to sew it along the side down to the hem. This is after you sew the hem part. So sew it from the waist down to the hem on both sides. Now I'm going to go to the back piece as well, sew it at the hem like I said, then pull it up and align it from the waist down to the other side. So you're going to sew it as well on the two sides, so on the part where you have the zipper allowance and then the side basically. So you're sewing it on both sides. So first sew it at the hem like I said, and then on both sides. Guys, I have sewn it here and this is what it looks like. I'm going to now turn it inside out so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now can you guys see the overlap basically? With this, my lining is not going to be poking out at all. So turn the front as well. This is what it looks like. Guys, our skirt is taking shape basically. Now that we're done with that, we're going to use our pattern to like figure out where the dart is going to be basically. Now I'm basically going to work on the dart. So the front dart is 3 inches like I mentioned in my previous video, and the back is 4 inches downwards. So create that your dart slant, and then once you're done, you're going to place your back pieces right sides facing each other. So guys, place it right sides facing each other just like this. And then you're going to take your measuring tape and measure how long you want your zipper to be, basically from the top of your waist to where you want your zipper to end. Now I marked it at 7 inches right here. So the zipper I'm going to use is going to be at least 7 inches because that's where I'm going to let it end right here. So I've put a pin to represent where I'm going to stop my zipper, and then I'm going to now sew it down to about 4 inches, 3 inches from the hem, and I'm going to sew it at that middle right there using 1 inch. So can you guys see what it looks like from the front? I'm now going to take my front piece. Now this is the dart side. I've pinned it down so that you guys can see what the outcome is going to look like once I'm done. I've pinned out the dart, and then I'm going to place my back piece on this front piece just like this. So right sides facing each other, place the front piece on the back piece, and then you're going to measure your hip divided by 2 and measure it on this hip side so that you can know how many inches you're going to use to sew your seam allowance on both sides. So let's say your hip is 36 inches, divided by 2 is 18 inches, right? So if you have 19 inches on your fabric right here, you're going to minus 1 inch. So you're going to divide that 1 inch into 2 on both sides. So your seam allowance, your sewing allowance basically is going to be half an inch on both sides. So whatever difference you get, divide it into 2 and then use it to sew on both sides of your skirt. Now guys, I have measured it and I have sewn it right here. Can you guys see? I have sewn it on the side right there. I have sewn the zipper side like I said as well. And then I'm going to turn it inside out so that you guys can see what it looks like. Now it's time to attach your zipper. Now whatever method you use to do your zipper, use it right here. Attach your zipper to your skirt. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work on our band. Now with this, I'm doing a bandless kind of skirt. So it has a band, yet there's no band basically. So I'm just using this fabric I'm about to cut to like finish off the open edges at the top. Now we're going to measure what we have all around the top right here. So all around your waistline on the skirt. And then you're going to cut out a fabric that is 2 inches by that measurement you just measured around the waist plus 1 inch. So what you measured around the waist, add 1 inch to it by 2 inches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in by half an inch on one side and then place it on the wrong side. So right side of the band facing the wrong side of the skirt, and they're going to sew it down using half an inch seam allowance. So pin it down, sew it down to the other side.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game.
And then once you're done, you're going to flip it to the right side, fold it in by half an inch again, and then fold it, flip it over to the right side and sew it down to the other side of the skirt basically. So the other side of the zipper, that's what you're going to do. So can you guys see? Flip it over and then sew it till you get to the other side. Now once you're done with that, if you want it to be just a skirt, you're going to end there. But if you want an infinity strap with it to turn it into a dress, you're going to measure your bust circumference divided by 4 and you're going to add 2 inches to it. So this 2 inches is basically to make sure that it actually fits your boobs very well. And for the seam allowance, we're going to use to also sew it on both sides of this long strip. Now my long strip is that measurement, bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches by about 100 inches. Guys, the strip is long. You can make it as long as you want. You can make it more than that 100. So far, you know, you want it to like go around your body maybe 3 times, 4 times, however times you want. If you don't have luxury of fabric, you can easily, cut out at least about 60 inches thereabout, so that it can go around your waist at least once. So that's what I've cut out right here. And I'm basically going to finish all the edges. So I used a 1/4 inch twice on the two long edges. So patience, guys, patience. You need to have patience to sew this. And then on one of the short edges, you're going to use 1/2 inch and not 1/4 inch that we used for the two long sides. So 1/2 inch twice, that's what you're going to use for this particular part right here, so that it would be basically easy to like put your press buttons without having any issues. So you're going to cut out two strips, sew it down just like I've explained, and then once you're done with your skirt, this is what it looks like. Now it's time to add our infinity straps to it. So right here, I'm going to put my infinity straps overlapping each other using 1 inch. So they're overlapping each other by 1 inch. So I'm going to pin it right there. So right there is for a press button. Now after doing that, I'm going to now mark the center of my skirt. So the center front, basically, I'm going to mark it. And then I'm going to pin this part, this overlap that I just pinned. I'm going to pin it on that center part of that skirt. This would help me create the further pleats that I want to create on the waistline. Now that I've done that, I'm now going to take the end of one of the strips and I'm going to place it 1 inch after the waist, the side of the waist, basically. So can you guys see what I'm doing? 1 inch from the side of the waist to the back, basically 1 inch, and I'm going to pin it right there. Now you notice there are still excesses in between my center front and the side piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now create pleats on the waistline. So create these pleats, however pleats you want it to be, however wide, however small you want it to be. So just create that pleat right there and then pin it down accordingly.
Run away, I don't have to plan it. I can go change my fate, you won't understand it. All alone, that's okay. People, I can't stand them. They don't want me to change, keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am. And I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance.
Now guys, I have pinned it. This is what it looks like. I'm now going to take my press buttons and then I'm going to mark out where I want these press buttons to actually be on the skirt and corresponding to these strips right here. So I'm basically going to start measuring and using my chalk to mark exactly where it's going to be on the skirt and on the infinity strips. So mark it correctly, guys, so that when you're done, as you're putting the press buttons and pinning it together, it's going to be easy to like just wear and not have any problems of it coming out or anything. So right here, I'm just putting the marks and I'm going to now use those marks to work on my press buttons. Now, patience again, you guys have to use patience to put your press buttons because they are hand sewn.
Gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams.
So I'm going to add my press buttons. This is what it looks like. And then I've added it to the skirt as well. And then I'm just going to snap it in.
Hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first.
So this is what our infinity dress is going to look like in the end. This is how to turn a basic pencil skirt into an infinity dress in a few snaps, guys. This is mind blowing. You guys know me, sustainable fashion. I love to create clothes that you can wear in multiple ways. And why not create a skirt that has an infinity strap that can turn into a dress at any time you want? And with these infinity straps, you can even use it for another skirt that you make. Just make sure you put the exact spots where you have the press buttons on these straps on that skirt basically. So guys, I love it. I love how versatile it is. You can make different designs of this infinity straps. I'm going to upload a video that I made a while back of how to style, an infinity strip. So it's basically the same thing. It was an infinity top that I made. So it's the same process of how to like style those infinity strips. And I'm going to even record another video of like recent ways that I've learned on how to like style these strips. But that one I'm going to post it. Probably my next video. I'm going to post it and let you guys see exactly how to like style this infinity design strips basically. So yes, I hope you guys love this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you try it out, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Lara Savage Creations. I would love to showcase your work with all my growing followers and even here on YouTube, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share within and outside your circle, comment in the comment section, join in as a member of this channel, guys. The perks are amazing. I have videos that are coming out for just members only and stuff. So you guys should join in as a member so that you can have access to those videos. You also get to have one-on-one session with me if you decide to recreate any of my PCs. Like whatever stage you have any issues, I'm going to be there to work with you through the process. And yes, subscribe, like this video. And until my next video, do have yourself a wonderful morning, noon, or night wherever you are. It's still your favorite content creator and fashion entrepreneur, Lara Savage, signing out.